Gone are the days when you need to pay for that expensive AI presentation software when you're using Claude Code. This is what we're going to be building out today. And this is for you creators who do tutorials, courses, and you need PowerPoint type of presentations to present this information to your customers, your members, your clients. Okay. So this is what we're going to build. As you can see, I have a presentation right here. It is completely branded and I built it using Claude. So you can see the buttons. We have back and forth buttons here. We have a scroll bar across the top. We can use our arrow keys as well to go back and forth throughout the presentation. There's also a notes button here. When we click that, it pops up a notes field. Now we're going to make this be a pop-up box in and of itself, but we have the ability to edit the text as we go right here within this pop-up box. So you can have your presenter notes on another screen or in another area while you're delivering the presentation that's being recorded. So this is awesome. This is what we're going to be building today. And if you want the complete implementation guide to this, it will be located in my free builders community. The link will be in the description below. And let's just dive right on in. Before we dive into the build, there's some tools that we're going to need to have to make our presentation as good as possible. And the first thing that we're going to need to do is access our Claude Code. I access Claude Code through the use of a free open source software called Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is available for both Mac and Windows. You're going to also want your branding content available. And I showed you how to do that in a previous video when I introduced my AI Chief of Staff build. So you might want to check that video out to make sure you have the right files located in your context folder that it can pull from to make your presentations branded. And once you've downloaded Studio Code, you will open up Visual Code. You will go over here to your extensions and you will just type in Claude Code. Make sure you use the one by Anthropic and you will install it from that point from there. And then you're able to speak with the Claude Code. There's a prompt that I want to use. I've already done this for mine, so I had to delete out some files again. So just be aware that some things I already have built inside of my AI. So I'm going to go over here and get back into my folder. So I'm inside of her Diva, which is my Chief of Staff. And I'm just going to go over here and go into plan mode real quick. That's what you would want to do. You want to plan this out before you actually build or make anything final. And then you're going to put this prompt, which will also be in the implementation guide right in here. And then it's basically, this prompt is just telling, hey, I want to create a reusable skill for building branded HTML presentations. So now Claude Code is getting ready to think. My Chief of Staff is thinking, okay, this is going to be the plan. Let me map something out that can be used based on the files that I already have embedded in her, so far as the branding, the colors and things like that, and the things I like and the things I don't, which in your case, it'll be the things you like and the things you don't. So it's going through the motions here to create for us a master plan, and we just going to reiterate on that plan as we go along. What's happening right now is that Claude is trying to scan my computer because my Chief of Staff has access to my computer, and it located the old files that I moved outside, and it was trying to pull that in. So I had to tell my Chief of Staff that, hey, I'm looking at building this from scratch. Okay, don't use what's already there. Give me new data. So that's basically what it's doing now to create the plan. So it's asking me, so here's the plan it has in place for us over here on this side. It's asking us, do we want to auto accept the plan or not? Now, in this plan, it's saying this is the skills guide. This is the deliverables. This is what everything will look like. Here's the hard rules for the presentation. Here go the JavaScript that'll be needed for this to work. And this plan is not necessarily your plan, is dictating what the Chief of AI, the staff, is going to do, not necessarily you. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and auto accept this plan because I already have mine created. And it's going to build out all 3 files now. Any problems along the way, it's going to probably stop and ask us a few questions. Now everything is in place. All we have to do is just let Claude Code do its thing. Claude Code has just created the skill for this. So now it's putting the skills, the instructions inside of the agent itself. So it says allow write to the skills file. So this will be the documentation for the skills file that it created thus far. So we're going to say, yes, allow all edits in this session. So that way it can just go ahead and do its thing. Now Claude has just came through with the template.html file. So this is the template it will be running off of with all the colors and the spacing and the things like that for us to have and use in our presentations moving forward. So we're going to go ahead and allow all of the edits in that section as well. The script has been prepared, the template has been prepared, and now Claude Code has created the slide data example JavaScript that it will be looking into to create our presentations for us. So we're going to go ahead and allow all the edits in this session as well, so we can go ahead and finish out that scripting that we need to make the presentations do everything that we need it to do. So now it stated that it completed all 3 files. What it did was it created the skill for us, it created the presentation template for us, and it also created the slide data JavaScript for us, and it let us know where these were located in the file. So we have in our skills, we should have an HTML presentation. There we go. And that's where this is. So we have the presentation and the assets. We got the data and we got the template right in the assets here within the skills folder and the skill. So it has that. So now we're going to test this since we know it has everything documented in the skill. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, we're at the 39% left. I'm going to clear this conversation out and we need some data now. So by this time, in order to make this work, you need your course outline, your subtopics and things like that. I created a video for you about that on how you can use Claude Code to create your course outline. So I'm going to grab some brief data real quick and I am going to copy and paste it in to see what it comes up with for our slides. The best way and the best thing to make this more effective is to have your entire course outlined as well as your talking points and things like that and resources and all of those things mapped out before you do this. However, there's a lot AI can do. All right. So what I'm going to do at this point, just to kick it off, is I'm just going to start it with, hey, this is the topic and these are the subtopics. And that's just to show you the example that it gives us to make just the PowerPoint off that. And it should include the talking points within the notes section. And if it doesn't, we're going to fix it. So let's see here what we have and how this is going to map itself out. I want to make a presentation about the following information. I'm going to get a space there and I'm going to put, I'm just going to put PowerPoint presentation so it kind of knows what I'm talking about. I could have just used the backslash to start the skill as well. So if I was to go here and start typing in HTML presentation, I can start it just by the skill itself, but I'm not going to do that. I want to do it just plain English. I'm going to paste in my information here and I'm going to see what it does. So it invoked the HTML presentation skill on its own. And remember, I could have backslash that, the backslash command, and just went straight to it, implemented this, just could have put that in there like that. And then it would have did it, start doing it, right? Let's hope I didn't mess anything up. So now it's reading the template again. It already did it. So it's going to go through this again. I have enough of the template. Let me build the complete presentation. Okay, so now Claude is like, look, I have enough of the template. You don't have to keep telling me about the template. And we'll see what it comes up with for us. At this time, it's starting to create for us a folder. So it's creating its own folder within our projects. So let's see. There go the presentation folder right there. It's coming up with. Great. There's nothing in it yet, but it's creating it right now. That's where our presentation is going to be. And we are going to be able to view it and see exactly what it looks like once it's completed. Now it just told us that it's done. So let's go into our projects. Let's look in the presentation folder. And this is the actual presentation. If I click it inside of the visual code editor, we're just going to see the code. We're not going to actually see the document. So what I'm going to want to do is close that out. Want to minimize this and actually go into the folder itself. So we want to go into this folder. We want to go into projects. We want to go into presentations. And then we want to double click this so it can open up right on our computer. And this is how we record it. Okay, so now it's opening up directly in our computer. And we have some buttons. And it looks pretty much like the original one that you saw, except this quote seems to be a bit more. Here is the thing. You can see this is not centered within our page. And let's check out these notes. We can't edit. As you can see, it's not highlighted to where we can edit these notes in real time right from here. So we need to go back to our code editor and make a few changes. So now we want to just tell it, I need for the cards to be centered and full width for viewing on the page. And I would also like for the presenter notes to text box to allow me to edit the text. Now let's see what it does. So now I'm saying, look, I need for the cards, because those are what those blocks are. I need for the cards and everything to be centered throughout this presentation because I want it to be like a full width type of layout. And then I need you to make those presenter notes. I need to be able to click within that box to be able to edit the text in that box. It's taking a look at what it's had already, is reading it, is reading what the template says. So it's making the necessary edits. So it's saying max width. It's about to change it to 100% width. So it's changing the container wrapper on those to make it 100% full width of the page. Now the notes window swap the div to styled editable. So it's changing the styling in the code. You don't need to know any code to do this. I know just a little bit of code, because I know CSS and HTML, but you don't need to because Claude Code knows the code for you. So now it's saying what it actually is. So it's showing me the code again. We're going to get out of here. We're going to go back to our folder and we're going to go back to this presentations inside of there. We're going to double click this to see what's going on. Okay, so there we have it. And now we have full width boxes. So it looks more centered. So if I blow this up, okay, now let's take a look at the notes. And as you can see, now we can go in here and edit the document, and anything that needs to be on one of the tabs, it can be. So let me pull this out for a second and drop it because I really want this to be a pop-up box. It needs to pop out. Okay, so we're gonna go back and do that. But the reason why I wanted to show you two screens like this is because if we were to go back, as you can see, the speaker notes transition with the slide. So that does work. And it's showing us what slide we're on per our speaker notes. And I can bring this off screen to where if I'm recording my screen, if you have two monitors, I can be reading from the speaker notes and still transitioning the slides right here and can stay consistent with my speaker notes. So that's great. So let me pull this back over here and we want to go back into the code and exit it out of this. I need for the speaker notes window to be a pop-out box in a smaller size. Let's just to read from. Okay, so now I want it to pop out. So it's like, hey, look, I don't want it in a whole separate browser window. So now I'm telling it what to do. And it's going to be fixing everything for us in real time. So we're going to check it out and see how that works once Claude Code has finished doing what it needs to do. Okay, her Diva has finished that up. So now we're going to go back over here, go into our browser. Let's do a hard refresh real quick and see what it has done for us at this point. Okay, great. Now we have a draggable box. Now the problem with this is not letting us out of the window. Okay, so we have the pop-up box now, which is great, but it's not allowing me to take it outside of the window in and of itself. So that's an issue when we're recording our screens. Okay, so that's a problem. So we got to go back into the code. And as you can see, you're watching me build this out in real time. So we're going to go back to our code editor here and we're going to say to this editor. So what I did at this point is I just said the presenter note pop-up box needs to pop out in a separate browser window, basically, so that we can drag and drop it to another screen or out of the presentation area, which is the window that our presentation is going to be in. And also there's some things I wanted to fix about the page. Yes, I want the page to be expanded full width, but I want the boxes and everything center. I don't want the cards to expand the whole width of somebody's screen. It just needs to be centered with a full width expansion, but not necessarily the full width on the code on the card itself. So we're going to see if my chief of staff can get this right. Okay, so now it finished. So let's go over here. Let's go back to our browser window and let's do a hard refresh to see what's actually going on right now. So we still have this. See, that's better. That's what I was looking for. All right, so we have that together. Now let's check out these notes. It still didn't pop it out of the window here. Now, is it because I'm in full view? Let's see. Okay, so when I'm in full view, then it pops it up into another browser instead of on the actual page. So when I get into full view, let me move this down and let's see where our pop-up, there it goes right here. So and then I can move it off the page. So it's popping up in a separate window, moving it off the page, and it still transitions. Okay, so this is better. I can deal with that because when you're recording your screen or doing your presentations, you probably have your window set up. And even if it did pop up in another browser window at full, before you get started recording, you can just drag it out and pull it over and take it off, and you can actually read from there or resize it. But if you already have it minimized and it's just, you're only recording a section of it, when you pop it out, it automatically comes out on a smaller window for you. So there you have it. As you can see, we did several back and forth iterations to get this the way we wanted it to be. And you, on the other hand, will have the implementation guide. So you're going to be able to skip all of this back and forth because I'm going to just give you the skill and everything, and that you can just drop into your Claude Code and just tell it to use your branding, right? So it will switch out the templates and everything and make everything that you need with your own branding, because that's going to be within your Claude Code. So that's in the free builders community. The link will be below. I appreciate you if you made it to this point in the video for watching. I really do. Thank you so much. If you like this type of stuff where I'm building live, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be building out a hell of a lot more. Okay. And I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.